you're going off of this dude who wanted to kill you for sport, like a couple of times. This isn't the first time. When we were outside the casino, he wanted to kill him in the police office, police building, whatever, police station. Excuse me. So why are you taking this man's word for it all of a sudden? That's fucking stupid.
フランチェスカを絶望に落とし、女を救ってやればいい。それは正義に通じる行いだ。そうだ。これは正義だ。
His words were a beacon to me. I don't see how. This is a figurehead of the Berlone Mafia, and you're gonna take his words as if they were a beacon to you? That's how crazy you are. And your ass should have been laid off the force for a little bit. At least till you cooled the fuck down. I was finally able to see the path in front of me.
下っ端とはいえ、これ以上兵隊が減っては困るからな。しばらくはそちらで遊んでもらおうか。なあ、ファルツォーネ。
I tried to recall what happened tonight. I was like, what the fuck? I walked along a path I knew very well. Ever since the Mafia deaths, my men... Wait, who is this? Ever since the Mafia deaths, my men have kept reminding me not to step outside alone. But that was precisely why I needed to walk out here. The citizens were looking on as bystanders, but they feared the casualties would soon fall upon them. The blessing the Mafia bestowed upon Berlone came with its risks as well. The moment conflict surfaced, it was possible the people here could be dragged into it. If I didn't step outside, the people would think that danger was imminent. Living my life as I usually did, even if doing so put it at risk. That was what was needed for now. Or now, excuse me.
ドミニクは留置場内で死んだ。
Oh, this is Dante.
もしくは警察内部の人間か。だが、ドミニクの件以降、ブルローネ死刑にマフィア排斥の動きはない。単独犯か。だとすれば尻尾をつかむのは逆に難しい。しかし、相手も追い詰められている。各組織が警戒を強めている今、動くに動く。
Ooh.
何今の。
いきなりなんだ。何が起こ。
What the fuck? The man fell to the ground, blood gushing out of his body. The blood spread along with fear. The people all began to scream. More gunshots were heard. Damn. Hey, lighting the place up. What the fuck? Was that a machine gun? The people were running frantically. I couldn't find the shooter. Could it be from above? I looked above me while instructing the citizens to find shelter. The sun was still up. I squinted through the bright light. Oh no, not the child! A young child tripped and fell in the empty street. He must have been separated from his parents. Woo! A shot ricocheted next to the child. What the fuck does that mean? Probably shit or something, I don't know. I had no time to think. I rushed to the child and brought him into my arms. Oh, Dante. Fuck, now I gotta go after you next. I ran toward the alley and... No! Fuck! Oh my god! Please tell me you're gonna live through that. Why am I looking at the sky? Oh my god. Oh, fuck. Insipido. Ooh, I have no idea what that means. Insipid. Word spread immediately across Berlone. He's dead. No way. He trembled with shaky breath. I could tell he was distressed. Oh my god, no. No. Are you sure? It must be a mistake. Ah, damn it. This can't be happening. Oh, gosh. Not the husbando, y'all. Not the husbando. Words couldn't even express the shock. I couldn't even fathom what Nicola was going through. No words could comfort him now.
Nicola, 今回はご愁傷様だったが。いいんだ、ギルバート。そんな言葉。
Nicola? Nicola nonchalantly interrupted Gil and slowly drew his gun out. The barrel was pointed directly at Gil. Oh my god, this is what people were saying. You can't. He defected. He betrayed his own blood family. What makes you think he's not gonna betray us?
Oi, oi. 何の冗談だ、ニコラ。君は覚えている。僕がビスコンティに来た理由。
They're gone. They're dead. Like, once a leader is gone. Oh, he assumes the manner. Oh my god, Nicola. I don't know if that was 5 brain or what, but holy shit, bro. In that he did. He said, no, let me shut up. He spoke coldly through an oddly formed grin. He wanted to get rid of Dante.
ダンテがカポを務めるファルツォーネだ。彼が死んだ以上、僕の目的は失われた。どうして俺に銃を向ける？お前は今何を考えてる？なんだと思う？
He's gonna... Oh my god. Nicola, please put the gun down. What are you thinking? I mustered the courage to speak up amid the tension in the air. I tried to step in between to stop them, but he shoves me or something. He pushed me with all his might. I fell into the ground with a thud. Gil grabbed a hold of the gun while kicking a chair at Nicola. Damn. Fucking flash. Nicola dodged the chair and stepped forward with his gun in position. In a flash, Gil... In a flash, not Jill. In a flash, Gil drew his gun out and... I didn't know she screamed. My scream didn't escape my lips. I closed my eyes. I didn't hear any gunfire in the lounge. What's happening? As I slowly and carefully opened my eyes, dread washed over me. Gil was holding his bloody chest while glaring at Nicola. Is Nicola dead? What the fuck? Blood trickled from the corner of his mouth, and soon he coughed it up violently. What the fuck? Gil! Before my scream ended, Gil slowly crumpled to the floor. Nicola wiped the blood from his knife before placing it back into its sheath. It It dawned on me what happened. The gun was a decoy. Nicola drew Gil's attention to it and stabbed him. Unable to fathom the intensity of the situation, I gazed blankly upon Gil's body and then at Nicola. Why did you... I let out what little words I had in my mind. Oh, please don't kill me! Nicola looked at me for a short moment, then sighed. Oh my god. That is true. You're planning on going back?
ファルツォーネでやらなければならないことができた。どんな手を使ってでも僕はファルツォーネに戻らなくちゃならない。だからギルバートを殺した。それだけだ。
What do you need to do?
復讐だ。
Revenge. Okay, I thought he was gonna kill me. Nicola turned to me and slowly began to walk. Oh no. When they say that, they're gonna kill you. Don't kill me. I closed my eyes in fear of the death that loomed over me. Roberto was right this entire time? What the fuck? I could only hope he would do it painlessly. With death imminent, it was all I could manage to think. Strange. I didn't feel any sort of painful impact at all. All I felt was a dry hand patting me on the head. What? Huh? I opened my eyes to see Nicola's face right in front of me. Nicola, after all that, you're just gonna tell me to go back? I didn't know what to say. I was more shocked at his expression than the words that he said. His eyes looked so sad. What I saw in them wasn't hatred. Within those cold eyes, I could only see despair. What the hell? Wait, Nicola! I instinctively reached out and grabbed the hem of his jacket as he moved away. I can't let Nicola go. I won't go back to the church. Why? Girl, why? His words were cold and without emotion. I didn't think he was even listening to me. Still, I can't let Nicola go. Not like this. Please, you have to take me with you to the Falzones. I'm worried about you. I want to be with you, Nicola. Yes, I can still... I can still believe it. Yes, I still can't believe it. I don't want to believe it. I can't forgive you for killing Gil, but... Please, you have to take me with you. Girl... I wouldn't let him have that much liberty, just saying. I'm honestly scared of you, but I don't want to leave you alone. Hearing my plea made Nicola sigh deeply. Suddenly, clamor could be heard outside the lounge. Oh God. I heard people nearby. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. How the hell are you gonna get out of this one? He's not talking too much now. Nicola glared at the door, then looked in my direction. I'll be fine. I forced myself up with trembling arms. My legs were shaking, making it difficult to stand. No, I need to stand. He told me that I needed to keep, because we just gonna fucking land it, blast out of here. Oh, I'm acting like I'm not playing for y'all. I'm sorry. And okay, let me read it from here. Nicola grabbed my arm and pulled me off the ground. He told me I needed to keep up with him. And still, he was helping to support me in this moment. Nicola's ruthless side killed Gil. Nicola's kind side helped me. I didn't know which was the real Nicola now. The Falzoni was in a stir, seeing us arrive at their manor. Wait, how did you...
Nicola, お前どうして?
How did we get past everyone? There was like a secret door or something, or we just jumped out of a window? What?
戻ってきたってことは、お前の裏切りはやはりカポの作戦だったのか。
Falzoni brass.
ダンテがそう言ったの。いや、カポはお前のことには何も言及しなかった。生還すると言ったきり話題に出すこともなかったからな。だから何か理由があるんじゃないかって思っていたんだが。
ニコラさんが本当に裏切ったのなら、カポはすぐに動いたはずだし。
So it was some five-head brain, fucking brainiac plan.
でも、それならそうと、作戦だってはっきり言ってくれたらよかったのに。
いや、考えてみればカポの判断は当然だ。情報はいつどこから漏れるともしれない。
Wow.
裏切りが嘘だとバレたら、
I'm pretty sure
ニコラ自身に危険が及ぶからな。
He would have tried to clap Nicola if it was really a deal. Nicola closed his eyes and mumbled as the men came to their own conclusions.
そうか。ダンテは何も。
Aww. Nicola's expression didn't change, but I could tell he was close to tears. Yeah. If it was like a real betrayal, I'm pretty sure Dante would have wanted to kill him. After a brief pause, he slowly raised his head, showing a newly found resolve.
僕は報復のために戻ってきた。
Wait, vengeance against who?
ダンテをファルツォーネファミリーのカポを殺した愚か者に地獄を見せるために。
Well, now that boss is you. Nicola's words brought a renewed vigor to the salon. Everyone looked at Nicola with expectation and hope in their eyes.
現状報告して。
はい。カポが襲撃を受けたのはファルチェのベスタ通りです。住民にも死傷者が出てます。高所からの狙撃だったようで。
狙撃。例の構成員殺しなら背後から近づくのがセオリーだよね。ああ、だから別件の可能性もあると思う。カポを狙うためより確実な手段を取ったというのもあり得るかもしれないが、ダンテの体に残っていた弾は 7.62 ロシアンだった。おそらく使用したのはソビエト製のモシンナガンだろうな。
Wow.
ラオ州の人間が使っているのを何度か見たことがある。
But then again, it could be the Lao Shu, and Yang did say, "Oh, I don't have," like, I'm paraphrasing it, but he said, "Oh, I don't have time for, or no, I don't have use for my soldiers or something like that." So he was like, "The hell with them." So I'm not surprised if it's the Lao Shu and they're killing their own men as a part of the deal. His words had the salon in an uproar. It seemed that it was news to everyone. So the Lao Shu killed Dante? Hearing my words, Nicola slowly spoke with a menacing voice.
なら話は簡単だ。ラオ州の人間を全員殺せばいい。
Lord.
一匹残らず追い詰めて根絶やしにしてやろう。
絶対カポの仇を取ります。すぐにでも動きましょう。
Will we go now?
落ち着いてレオ。そ
Okay,
のためには
yeah.
準備が必要だ。
Leo, I hope you don't die. You're such a sweet boy.
それにまずダンテの亡骸を弔ってやりたいんだ。
そうですよね。じゃないとカポが報われないです。
Leo nodded as his tears spilled out. It was then I noticed some members looking at each other.
ニコラ、お前に頼みがある。
ダンテの無念を晴らすためだったら僕は何でもするよ。
Niccolo would do anything like he said. I slowly closed my eyes as I recalled Gil's bloody body.
だったら次のカポにはお前がなれ。
He's brass. Brass is like, I guess it's member or family, brass, capo regime, underboss, boss. That probably came as a surprise to Nicola. I could tell his breath was caught in his throat.
俺たちをこのファル
That's
ツォー
true.
レを
He's
引っ
the
張っ
only
ていけ
one.
るのは
He's
お前
blood.
だけだ。
そうですよ、ニコラさん。カポだってそう望んでるはずです。俺、ニコラさんにどこまでもついていきます。
Oh, Leo.
レオ。けど僕はカポになりたくてここに戻ってきたわけじゃない。
But the way you were talking, that's what I would assume. Nicola forced out a smile, to which the executives quietly shook their heads.
だがカポ、ダンテなき今、ファルツォーネ直系の地に一番近いのはお前だ、ニコラ。頼む、ニコラ。俺たち全員のダンテのためにも。
So I'm wondering what happens, like, if Nicola dies, there's nobody else in place, I would assume. So just, I guess the Falzone family is disbanded or some shit, because there's no other blood relatives.
お前がこのファミリーを背負うんだ。
Nicola looked down as if he were in pain. Then he hesitantly looked up.
いいよ。僕が全ての責任を取ろう。その立場に次のカポになるよ。
I wonder what Roberto's gonna have to say about that. Yeah, they're just gonna keep doing that repeated cheer track. The men in the room all cheered at his acceptance. Shut up. Everyone praised the new boss and vowed to follow Nicola to a brighter future.
リリアナ、君は教会に帰るんだ。僕たちは新たな戦いを始めなくちゃならない。
Does that mean you're gonna die?
ダンテの弔い合戦を。だから君はここにいる必要はない。
Yeah, I don't want to be caught in the thick of it, but I don't want you to go to war. Nicola tried to put distance between us, but I looked straight back and replied, hell no, strap me up too. What you say? I want to stay here. Even if you don't need me anymore, there must be something I can help with. Please, Nicola. Nicola narrowed his eyes in disbelief, then gave a deep sigh. Damn, you stubborn.
じゃあ、勝手にすればいい。
His words granted me permission to stay here. I breathed a sigh of relief. I just have to find a way to help support Nicola through his grief and suffering. There must be something I can do. Ooh.
って感じだよ。
Oh, now we know them kids' names? Faye. Well, y'all gonna say, well, mid-morning in the intro, you can see everybody's name and okay, yeah, I get that, but I'm saying like, you know, the formal introduction with like the nameplate next to their name instead of just a bunch of question marks.
なるほど、そう動いたか。
パルツォーネにはもともとフランチェスカ派があったんだって。フランチェスカ支持の幹部たちが中心になって体制を整えたみたいだよ。
Faye and Lan.
それにしてもこんなにあっさりレッドフォードが死ぬなんてね。これもヤンの作戦なの？予想通り？
Because now it's just between them two, who is the mafia family of Berlone.
いや、俺の予想では生死は逆だ。遠くない未来、レッドフォードは用済みになったフランチェスカを始末し、そのままファルツォーネファミリーへ攻勢に打って出ると踏んでいた。
だったら大外れね。ヤンの予想が外れるなんてね、珍しいよ。もしかして猛録した？
I ignored the giggling twins and thought about what would happen next.
ファルツォーネがあっさり死んだことも意外ではあるが、それ以上に俺が見誤っていたのはフランチェスカの方か。予想よりも怖い男のようだな、あれは。面白い。これは期待できそうだ。
何が楽しいの？ヤン。思い通りにならなかったんでしょ？違うの？
すべてが思い通りになる未来ほどつまらんものはない。おかげで構想は長く続く。
Maybe I should close the damn window.
ここで遊べそう。
Because now fruit flies are flying in. It's really fucking annoying. I'll give you some time until you gain full control of the family.
あれはなかなか見どころがある。死んだファルツォーネ以上に俺を楽しませてくれればいいが。
I looked at the closed office door with a number of thoughts crossing my mind. Yesterday, we came back to the Falzones so that Nicola could speak with the members. Once he finished talking, he went straight into the office and hasn't appeared since. He showed up for breakfast this morning. Oh my god, come on! It's that! It's like 3 strikes and I'm out. No, but yeah, he showed up for breakfast this morning. I couldn't help but worry about him, but I couldn't barge in without good reason. Excuse me. I just have to wait until he opens the door. Girl, what if he never opens the door? Oh, never mind. How convenient. The door to the office suddenly opened. He looks at me without a hint of surprise. Okay. Yes, of course. Ooh, okay. He still looked tense. Well, his cousin just died. Well, his cousin that he thinks of as a little brother just died. And he had to clap Gil really quick. So, yeah, I can see why he looks tense. So he's got the fallen or the disbanded Visconti family. Unless there's a another leader, a de facto leader or something for the Visconti, you still got to worry about them too. Aside from that, he's no different from his usual self. For some reason, I felt very uneasy. I saw how he reacted when he heard about Dante's death. The deep despair that was in his eyes was nowhere to be found. I kept looking at the door. A few minutes later, I went to the kitchen with a bad feeling about the situation. Oh no. Julia, are you around? I hesitantly stepped into the kitchen to prepare the brew. Julia? I called her name again. A short while later, she appeared.
いますよ。どうしました?
Aw, she was crying. I saw her this morning at breakfast. She seemed fine and then was acting like she normally did, but the Julia in front of me looked pale as if she had just been crying. May I borrow the kitchen for a moment? I wanted to brew a cup of espresso. Espresso! I keep saying espresso. I'm sorry, y'all. Not knowing what else to say, I decided to say why I came down here. I could only imagine how hard it hit her when Dante passed away after so many years of caring for him. Yeah, probably like a son to her.
もちろんどうぞ.
Yeah, she sounded like she really had it rough. Thank you very much, Julia.
カフェラテじゃなくていいんですか?
No, Nicola asked me for an espresso. Espresso! I keep wanting to say espresso.
濃いめのエスプレッソでしたね.
I suppose he enjoys the bitterness.
ミルクをたっぷり入れたがるダンテ坊ちゃんとは大違いです.
Oh, we're here, Dante. I like having my coffee with milk or creamer. Julia's shoulders dropped with exhaustion, then let out a deep sigh. I could see tears welling up despite her closed eyes. Aww. Julia, I'm so sorry for what happened. I couldn't continue talking about it, seeing how weak Julia was now.
私がこんなに辛気臭くしてちゃみんなに悪いとは思うんですけどね。やっぱりまだ整理はつきませんよ。長い付き合いでしたから。
Julia forced a weak and sad smile out of her face.
当主様にこんなことを思うのは本来とても不敬なことですけど、私はダンテ坊ちゃんのことを本当の息子のように思っていましたから。
Damn it, Julia.
唯一の救いはまたニコラ坊ちゃんのお世話を焼かせてもらえることです。お帰りになられて本当によかった。私はずっと信じていましたよ。お二人は仲違いしたわけじゃない。そんなことあるはずがないって。
Yes, you're right. I let out a smile too as I filled the cup with espresso. See, folks, I can't say it. Espresso. Julia, would you like a cup?
ありがたくいただきましょうか。ああ、いい香りですね。
I gave my first brew to Julia, who tried her best to keep even a weak smile on her face.
さあ、早くニコラ坊ちゃんにも持って行ってあげてくださいな。
Yes, and Julia, please don't push yourself. Everyone would be devastated if something happened to you. I know that's right. No, Julia, don't. Please don't let anything happen to you. I would too, of course.
ありがとうございます。ニコラ坊ちゃんは幸せ者ですね。 こんなに優しいお嬢さんがおそばにいてくれるんですから。
I wasn't sure how to respond. All I could do was smile back. Well, I better get going.
ありがとう。そこに置いておいて。
Nicola smiled and thanks me. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I just want to see typos at this point. Nicola smiled and thanks me for bringing the espresso to the office. Espresso, I said it again. God damn it. But he immediately went back to looking through the documents on his desk. Unable to make conversation, I placed the cup down and hastily made my exit. Whew! I sighed as if it had been a huge task. There wasn't much I could do now. I suppose I should be happy just having been able to see him. He thanked me with a smile. That odd feeling I had when he asked for an espresso, I was feeling that again now. Oh. I walked down the hall with my head down, back to the kitchen to return the tray. Huh? I saw a shoe right down in front of me. What? Oh, Leo. Leo, buongiorno.
Buongiorno. いい天気ですね。
It's pretty cloudy outside.
あ、
Oh, whoops.
ダメだ。俺まだらっこしいの苦手なんで、単刀直入に行きます。
Nicola told him to talk to me more.
一つ聞いてもいいですか?
Yes. Leo was a lot more forceful than usual.
どうして教会に帰らないんです?
Because I love my man. You got a problem with that? Well, I didn't expect such a question from Leo. I decided to question him in return. Why do you ask?
だってあなたは巻き込まれただけの普通の人じゃないですか。
Oh. Well, you think something wrong with me? You think what's tea? What's tea? Tell me.
アルツォーネにゆかりがあるわけでもない。マフィアの屋敷なんて普通の女の子ならきっと1秒だって早く出て行きたいはずです。
Well, I'm not most girls. What Leo was saying was right. Back then, I used to dream every day of going back to the church.
なのに昨日あなたはニコラさんに教会に帰れって言われて断った。
Oh, he just want to know, like, what's good? What's tea, for real?
どうしてなんだろうって思って。
Yeah, I don't blame him. I smiled and answered Leo's question. It would be easy if I could just go back to the church and live like before. I'm sure things would be lovely and everything will return to normal for me.
だったらどうして?
I want to be with Nicola. I don't want to leave him. It's because I love Nicola. Hey, she said it! She said it! I wasn't gonna hide my feelings. I looked at Leo and said what I truly felt inside. Leo's eyes widened in surprise. His head started spinning and he was foaming at the mouth. How could this be? It turns out that the spirit of Roberto possessed Leo. Okay, let me shut up. After a brief moment, he nodded.
そうですか。
Aww.
俺あなたを応援します。
Please don't die.
今のニコラさんにはあなたが必要だと思うから。
Just please don't die, Leo. Please don't die. Also, Nicola don't die, but Leo, please don't die. You're such a cinnamon roll. Thank you. Leo.
俺カポが亡くなってすごく悲しいです。それに悔しい。でもきっとニコラさんの悲しみはこんなもんじゃない。
The discomfort and can't talk right now. The discomfort and anxiety I felt. Leo seemed to feel the same way.
もし困ったことがあったら
Oh,
何で
thank
も
you.
相談してくださいね
Such a pure cinnamon roll, thank you. Even though you're a mafioso, whatever. Thank you. I appreciate it.
それ俺が持ちます
Leo quickly took the tray from my hands and headed to the kitchen. Excuse me. Huh? What? He listened? He heard me? Huh? I quickly turned around after sensing someone was looking at me from behind.
どうしたんです忘れ物ですか
Oh, I thought someone was behind us. I suppose it's just my imagination.
ああ昨日の今日ですし疲れてるのかもしれないですよ
I think he heard me. He heard me say that.
無理しないようにしてくださいね
I think you're right. Thank you. I replied with gratitude at Leo's genuine concern about my well-being. Leo's right. Maybe I'm just a nervous wreck right now. These past few days, so many things have happened to us. But Nicola must be going through far more than anyone here. I was more concerned about him than I was myself. About myself, excuse me. Wait, why are all funerals gray, cloudy skies? I mean, Dante's funeral ended quietly. Oh, and rain. The sky was getting cloudy with a drizzle as we finished burying his coffin. It was like heaven was crying for Dante. Just a few years ago, the people of Fauci mourned the people of Fauci learned. Sasha, come on. The people of Fauci mourned the loss of the previous Falzone boss. Aww. Oh my god. Nicola. He was now the Falzone's boss. As boss, he handled the arrangements and gave a speech to urge his men on. Nicola is acting the way he used to before, no different from when Dante was alive. But after the funeral ended and the attendees left the graveyard, Nicola froze as if the strings moving him had snapped. He stood there under the rain. Nicola, you should get going too. You're gonna catch a cold like that. My words didn't reach him. His jade eyes were staring blankly at the tombstone. Nicola. After calling his name out a number of times, he finally spoke with quivering lips. Yes. His voice was so weak and frail. I held back my tears, hearing his voice so full of sorrow. Yes, I'm right. Yes, I'm here. I'm right here next to you, Nicola. My words resonated in his heart. Nicola lifted his head and looked